Welcome back to KPC Smart Money Podcast with Kevin and Karen Christ, and we are about to tackle part 2 of learning how to become patient. We talked about several tools and tips last week, and we're going to finish up this week, but basically, patience is a skill that you can learn. So, I've come across people who says, I just can't be patient. I don't know how to be patient. And it's like, that just means you really don't want to try, because patience is not born into all of us. It is something that you learn how to do. So let me dive right in and let's talk about another tool or tip. And that is step back from emotional highs. You need absolute control over your mind and body if you're looking for ways to be patient. I'm not talking about perfection here, folks. I'm talking about progress. And patience starts by paying attention to what you're thinking. Because a lot of times, by the time impatience hits and you're super frustrated, your emotions have already run rampant. And you're struggling to rein those emotions back in. Well, as soon as you realize that you're losing your cool and you're gripped in some type of emotional turbulence, step back. Remember, patience is a positive trait that can help you in controlling your behavior, and it will bring back emotional balance into your life. Kevin mentioned this last week. Breathe deeply, count, then ask yourself whether you are going to allow these emotions to control you or whether you are going to control those emotions. Just a few minutes, doesn't have to be a long time, just a few minutes contemplating in the right direction will bring you back into the game. Think about the end of the project you're working out. Think about good outcomes. If that doesn't work, again, take a walk. Do something to disengage your emotions and your mind from the thing that is causing you to be impatient. No one can push you down until and unless you allow it. So you can teach yourself to come from a place of inner reserve and inner strength and inner calm. Kevin, I read once too that emotions just don't come out of nowhere. Emotions are actually the result of thoughts. So if you're becoming really impatient, step back, calm down your emotions. But if you want to then step back another step and go, what was I thinking right before I got super impatient? It'll probably tell you what caused the emotions.
Yeah. I was just thinking, the term that people say, well, he or she is a hothead, right? Their explosive personality, right? And then you have others that just seem to be calmer.
Zen.
Do you think that that's because they're just that's genetic? I mean, or do you think that they've actually worked on that? Or some people are just predisposed to being a little more impatient?
Oh, I think we all have, core temperaments that we're born with. But just because you're born with a temperament does not mean that that's, that's how you have to live. So I think, yes, you are born with a temperament, but I think it has everything to do with how much you work on it.
Well, one thing we do know, that one does not lose patience without due cause.
True.
Right? Something is pressing your buttons. So it's imperative to recognize the triggers that force you to do so if you're looking for ways to be patient. Pay close attention to the situations or action and even words that act as a trigger. One of my biggest triggers is when the brokerage house or the insurance company says, "Oh, don't worry, it's in process." Really? What does that mean? Right? that someday you're going to get it done, right? That's so I have to realize that is a trigger for me. Some of them are more frequent than others, so start removing them from your life to cultivate the art of patience. If you're having problems at the onset, you're unable to maintain your focus, Start writing about them in a journal. Keep a record to know the number of times you've been struggling to maintain a balanced view. It is important to control your impulses to develop the art of being patient.
Oh, I like that. See, the art of being patient.
It's not always easy, Karen.
No, it's not.
It is an art, and it's something you got to work on.
Right. Another tool is visualization. Visualization is simply a trick that can encourage you to look for ways to be patient. The best time to do this is before facing a critical situation. So visualize any difficult scenario and try to look for ways where you can handle it in a calmer manner. That would be really good, if you did journal or write down what are your triggers. Well, go ahead and visualize yourself. How are you going to deal with the next time somebody pushes your button once you've recognized what the button is, what the trigger is? So, visualization, you don't need to get weird about this, okay? All you're really doing is giving your thoughts permission to see a circumstance ending a different way, a better way, than it ended up the last time you actually had it. That's all it is.
Yep. And remember, it takes time. Patience cannot be developed in a single day, and it will take time and effort to do so. Once you start accepting that fact, that it's an admirable quality to be patient, you need to sharpen it for your own benefit, and your road will become easier. Accept that what you desire is a skill, and you will keep practicing no matter what.
Are you going to treat it like golf?
Yeah, it's going to be a skill. I'm going to practice it. People who start early in life have an advantage over others as they get more time to acquire it. Be tolerant and try various methods till you find the best one. If you're looking for ways to be patient, then remember to keep trying repeatedly if you want to succeed.
Sure. It's like anything else. If you want to succeed, try again, right?
Yep.
So there are also some healthy ways to relieve stress. So keep on finding healthy ways to remove that daily stress and frustration. I've got a daughter that loves to work out. I've got another one who loves to read. Find your way to get rid of the stress and frustration of the day. Bottling things up, you've heard, it's harmful, tends to come out like a volcano, right?
Yeah.
So just on a regular basis, maintain your focus. Some people meditate, some people pray. Whatever your way of focusing is, exercise it, okay? Some people, I like this one actually. Some people find laughter, okay? Listen, that is one of the best ways to derail negative thoughts. Find somebody who's funny. Find something that you can enjoy and laugh about during the day. Listen to music. I love listening to music. These are all ways to redirect your thinking and to channel and calm down your emotions.
That makes me think, when we are on hold, we should find something funny that we can read that'll make us laugh.
That is a really good idea.
I mean,
That's a good idea.
I'm glad we found this. Anyway, appreciate and accept life. Life is for living, and that too with joy, peace, and happiness. It's not difficult to find your balance if you actively start looking at life and cherishing precious moments. You like to say, have an attitude of gratitude, too, right?
Yep, gratitude solves so many things.
Yes, that's right. Do not take things for granted. Instead, appreciate them because each has added value to your life. Accept that adverse situations are an integral part, and you can easily overcome them with patience and love and see the difference it creates. When you choose the positive path, you boost your inner strength, and it helps you in evolving and accepting things in a better way.
And it's flat out healthier for you.
You know what, Karen? And they say that things that adversity makes you tougher, right? Things that won't kill you.
Only depending on how you react to them.
Yeah, that's right. You got to learn how to get through that and not to.
Yeah, what is it? If it doesn't kill you, it'll make you better.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's only depending on, again, how you handle it.
Why don't you wrap this up for us?
Okay, so listen, there are times when circumstances get you down. They're not in your favor. you got a lot of stuff coming at you, daily stress, and you're just trying to figure out how to cope. So, throwing the idea of, hey, let's become patient through all that can be a little overwhelming in and of itself. But if you find yourself with lots of powerful negative emotions, impatience, stress, depression, feeling irritable at everybody and everything, sometimes the conditions become so overburdening that you lose your focus and you do stop finding that patience from your inner reserves. You're just tapped out. If that's the case, find somebody you trust, ask them for help. Sometimes it's easy just to say, man, I've had a bad day. I blew up at the kids. I yelled at a coworker. Something went wrong. And just have like an accountability partner or a mentor or somebody who can help.
That's right. So thank you for listening to the KPC Smart Money Podcast, and work on being patient. We'll be back next week.
You've been listening to the KPC Smart Money Podcast with Kevin and Karen Christ. To listen to more episodes, visit kpcsmartmoney.com. You can also find the KPC Smart Money Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher.
KPC Financial Solutions is an independent financial services firm that utilizes a variety of investment and insurance products. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through KPC Financial Solutions, LLC, a registered investment company. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any reference to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation. KPC Financial Solutions is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by KPC Financial Solutions. Hypothetical examples have been provided for illustrative purposes only. It does not represent a real-life scenario and should not be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual's situation.